welcome. Yes, the news update on AFRICUNIA TV. My name is Deborah Ezeh. We begin from the African scene where at least 5 people died and 23 others were injured after a huge explosion rocked Somalia's capital, Mogadishu, earlier today, triggering a plume of smoke which rose from the blast site and gunfire. Somalia Islamist group Al-Shabaab carried out the attack, which was targeting a passing United Nations convoy. Abidasi Abu Musab, the group's military operations spokesman, said. And moving on, Morocco and Israel concluded on Wednesday an unprecedented security agreement during a historic visit to Rabat by Israeli Defense Minister Benny Gantz. Amid tensions between the Cherifan Kingdom and its neighbor Algeria, the framework agreement was signed by Gantz and the minister delegate in charge of the Moroccan National Defense Administration, Abdelatif Laoudi. It formally launched the security cooperation in all its aspects between the two countries barely a year after the normalization of their relations, facing threats and challenges in the region. And now children in West and Central Africa have become the most recruited by armed groups with the highest number of victims of sexual violence in the world, said a new report by United Nations Children Fund. For 5 years, the region has seen an increasing number of new and protracted conflicts, with more than 21,000 children recruited by government forces and armed groups, more than 2,200 victims of sexual violence, and more than 3,500 abducted, making it the region with the second highest number of abductions in the world, said the report. And in Libya, Libya's Electoral Commission said Tuesday the 98 candidates, including 2 women, had registered to run in a presidential election scheduled for December. The candidates' registration platform has received the papers of 98 candidates who met the conditions. More than 2.8 million of Libya's 7 million people have registered to vote. The head of the Electoral Commission said that so far, more than 1.7 million voters have received their voting cards. And now we head to Nigeria, where Nigerians will spend about 6.732 trillion naira on the purchase of premium motor spirits called petrol within a period of 12 months once the federal government stops subsidizing the commodity from February next year, investigations have revealed. This came to the fore on Wednesday as the Nigerian Labour Congress described government's plan as a penny-wise, pound-foolish gamble. The Senate and economic experts also faulted the federal government's plan to pay 5,000 naira each to 40 million Nigerians to caution the effect of fuel subsidy removal. The group managing director of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, Mele Kyari, had on Tuesday announced at a World Bank event in Abuja that petrol will sell for between 320 naira and 340 naira per litre from February 2022. And still in Nigeria, Chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, yesterday said the electoral body would ensure implementation of direct primary as passed by the National Assembly as soon as it is assented by the President Muhammadu Buhari. The INEC boss, at an interactive meeting with senior journalists in Lagos, said he had the political will to implement any law that would advance democracy in Nigeria. By this declaration, the electoral body might have put to rest speculations by opponents of direct primary that INEC may not have the capacity to supervise direct mode of electing parties' candidates if it becomes law. And now we head to the foreign scene where Indonesia's Constitutional Court on Thursday ordered the government to amend parts of a controversial job creation law within 2 years, describing it as conditionally unconstitutional. The legislation, which was passed last year, sparked widespread protest across Indonesia over claims it undermined worker rights and weakened environmental protections. Chief Judge Anwar Usman said that if the changes were not made in 2 years, the legislation would be deemed permanently unconstitutional. And still on the foreign scene, Defense Secretary Delphine Lorenzana dismissed China's assertion on Wednesday that Philippines had committed to remove the BRP Sierra Madre, which was intentionally grounded at the Second Thermal Shoal in 1999 to reinforce Manila's sovereignty claims in the Spratly Archipelago. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman Zhao Jinjian on Wednesday said Beijing demand the Philippine side honors its commitments and remove its illegally grounded vessel. And now we head to the sports scene where Real Madrid and Inter Milan have secured their spots in the Champions League last 16, but Borussia Dortmund have dropped into the Europa League. Real Madrid strolled to a 3-0 win at Moldovan rivals Sheriff Tiraspol in their lopsided Group D clash. And finally, Paris Saint-Germain faced a potentially disastrous draw in the last 16 of the Champions League after Manchester City secured top spot in Group A with a 2-1 win over the star-studded French side on Wednesday. Kylian Mbappe puts PSG in front against the run of play at the Etihad 5 minutes into the second half. But City's pressure eventually paid off as goals from Raheem Sterling and Gabriel Jesus turned the game around for the English champion. PSG boss Mauricio Pochettino had to fend off questions in his pre-match press conference over whether he may be making a permanent move to Manchester to take over the vacant managerial role at United. And that's all we can take a news update today. Do follow all our social media platforms displaying on your screen to stay connected and updated to our news and programs. Once again, I'm Deborah Ezeh. Bye for now.